Galactic Spiral Light Priestess Kala. So we got a lot to talk about today. Won't be on here a super long time, but I'll be on here long enough to leave an impression in your mind about what's about to come. Are you ready to hear this? Because I already was told today, some people just don't like to hear that truth. Well, if you don't want to hear any truth today, I suggest you highly click off of here and go find something else synthetic for you to kind of jog your memory back into. But otherwise, we're going to be true here. What's representing today? Let's step into the kin of the day. 159 is the kin and it's blue electric storm. We're in that blue electric storm. I wonder how stormy it's about to get. Are you guys feeling like there's a storm coming? Like one that's kind of perching itself and trying to make us feel like we're supposed to be in a fear mode and all this. And it's going to be a crown chakra guided by abundance. This is guided by abundance. Okay. So I activate in order to catalyze bonding energy. I seal the matrix of self-generation with the electric tone of service. I am guided by the power of abundance. So the color is blue. Yeah. Planet is Pluto. Chakra is the root. And Earth family is the gateway. Self-existing matrix. We do have a rune today. And here's the message. If you want to know the way or the purpose of life, then study yourself. Interesting. Let me say that again. If you want to know the way or the purpose of life, then study yourself. This is going to be an alpha profound segment. This is also going to be the pre-conscious in the first mental sphere. And then we are looking at the first time dimension cosmic creation. So, yeah. Dreaming evolves art. So let's take a look at the rune, which is just a letter M. But that M always stands for something like movement. Yep, 125. Movement, progress, the horse. So here we go. The Ivaz is the rune of transit, transition, and movement, of physical shifts, new dwelling places, new attitudes, or new life. It also signifies movement in the sense of improving or bettering any situation. There is a situation, okay. This rune has a sense of gradual development and steady progress with the accompanying notion of slow growth through numerous shifts and changes. This could apply to the growth of business or the development of an ideal. A relationship may need to undergo changes if it is live and grow. Moral efforts and steadfast are called for when you draw the movement. Another of this cycle rune, let it be said that this way, as I cultivate my own nature, all else follows. This rune is also the symbol, is the horse, and it signifies the bond between the horse and the rider. The Bronze Age artifact shows the horse drawing the sun across the sky and saying, you have progressed far enough to feel a measure of safety in your position. Now's the time to turn again and face the future, reassurance, prepare to share the good fortune that comes your way. The sharing in significant sense, it relates to the sun power to foster life and illuminate all things with its light. So that sounds all good, but there's some energy, magic energy striking up. So I was going to title this Where is your magic? I was going to title that. But then I said, no, I'm going to run that all together with the nines are coming. The nines are coming. Because the nines are coming is very going to be in your face starting in September. So I'm going to stick this pin in where I want to stick it. Owl. I'm going to stick it in an owl position where everyone was jumping. Oh, the Lionsgate 8-8, and they were trying to make it like a 888, and I was like, what are you doing? Can't make that no 888 when there's a 9 year. You're going to have 889. Well, lovelies, you better get those ruby slippers ready and go click, 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 because this is going to be a ride to remember next month, because we're dealing with the nines. So we got September the 9th. We have a 9 year. And then when we hit a 9 day, where it's 999, then we go 9, 18, 9. That's still 9. Then 9, 27, 9. Are you getting my drift? What's about to go down? See, last year we had a little bit. You got a taste. This year, like I said, maybe upgrading the ruby slippers. You might want to just go ahead and upgrade them to purple. Yeah. Because if you just keep them as like just plain ruby slippers, yeah, that's not going to help you much. So the reason why I say it like this, bear with me, lovelies. I'm going to bring it home. The reason why I say it like this is because there's some shenanigan bullcrap going on right now with the Trumps. Now, notice how I say it. The Trumps. The Trumps. Okay? You know everybody has clones. All right? So these xenomorphs are going to play this game and try to line it up with, what is that show? The Simpson thing. Now, you guys should know how that Simpson, they're so-called predicting the future. Now, you got to remember, they put it out there because they're telling you what they want to see, what they're showing you, and then they want your mind to think about it and then believe that it's a prediction. When they're just telling a story of what's coming, okay? It's not a prediction if they're telling you what's going to be or what they have already done. Remember, you can't trust anything these xenomorphs do, all right? So why am I bringing this up, and how is this all tying in with the nines, and how is this all tying in with magic? Let's step back a little bit. Let me take you on a journey. Let me take you on a time. Let's go back about a year and a half. Let's go there. And one of the things I have to say is Sage Goddess is still doing her sales right now. So if you like to just hop over to her page, and she's got herself moved. She's got the warehouse organized. So if you had some problems getting your deliveries or getting your things that you order and you haven't gotten it yet, be patient. You're going to get it, because everything had to get unpacked and they had to set up the racks so that they can find stuff to fulfill the order. I would not want to be in her shoes for nothing in the world, because that was a lot of work to move from that big place where she was, and then to move into a new place, and then to get set up all over again. She's at a place where she has to start all over again. Okay? Just she's got the goods. She's bringing it, but she's got to start all over again. So how many of us are going to be starting all over again? Hence the word, when do you throw the towel in? Are you going to throw the towel in when you get fearful, when you feel like you're not going to make it, you're going to throw the towel in, are you going to throw the towel in then? See, this is where the magic comes in. So let me share this with you. And I think you might know this story, but I'm going to refresh your memory. So I remember when all that shenanigans started with this so-called virus running around, it was going to cause us to have all these issues, and they were putting us in our lockdown forms. And I remember when I went into the crystal store at that time, and it was in its old location. And I remember when I was talking to the owner, and she just had this worry on her face. And I go, I just love your crystal store. That's all I said. She goes, you do? And I go, yeah. I love coming in here. I love how the crystals they're vibing. I love the crystals. I like when I'm not having a good day, I go pop off into a crystal store and just hang out for a little bit. Get myself attuned. I let all the crystal beings talk to me. I let them all do their little crystal chatter with me and talk to me. Okay? So I go and get my crystal vibe on. And I'm able to do that in your place. And she goes, really? She goes, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep my place. And I go, why? She says, I had to take out when they offered that money to keep my business going, and now the high interest on it, and I got to try to pay that back. Plus, they're going up on the rent of this place, and da 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 da. And I'm like, oh, the greediness is coming in. They're doing their greedy stuff. So, hold on a second. One of my pet peeves I can't stand with the earrings. So they're doing their greediness. She goes, yeah, they're getting greedy. And I said, oh. I said, don't fold. Don't leave. Don't put your business down. You need to stay in it. I said, you're going to be just fine. You need to stay in it. And she looks at me, she goes, you think so? You think I said, look, I just trust what Spirit tells me. My Spirit is telling me to tell you, you're going to be just fine. Don't let fear ride and dampen your magic of what you're creating. Okay? So now forward a year later, go into her new location. And I go in and I see her and she's, hi, because every time when she sees me, she's like, I'm so glad I listened. I hear her heart. I feel her spirit go, oh, there she is, So I go in and I have a moment because I walk up and I see next door is, thank you. I see next door is a building that they had something there, but for some reason they decided to remove it. So it was an empty building next door, but it's kind of narrow, it's small, and I'm looking at it, and then I'm looking at the crystal store next to it, and I'm like, ooh, I wonder if the crystal beings are going to expand her space. I wonder if she's going to get expanded. So I go in and doing my thing. I'm looking for some things, and I'm walking around, and I get a chance to talk to her. She comes up, hi, and I go, hi, how are you doing? I said, first of all, let me tell you something. I am so proud of you. And she goes, proud of me? And I said, yeah, remember that long time back? We had that talk, and you were thinking you were just going to throw the towel in, give up your magic of what you're doing. Okay, now pay attention to what I'm getting ready to share with you in this moment. And this just happened a few days ago, okay? We got into, all of a sudden, it was like the space just around us just kind of went like this, and it was just us talking. And we didn't care about anybody else around. It was just us talking. And as we were talking, she really just went to that place of, I thought I wasn't going to be able to do it, but the day when you came in and you were talking to me, I had to keep that going. Because you told me it was important for me to be here because people were going to need me. They were going to need a place to come to. And I said, exactly. Look at you. People are in and out of here. People are buying things. You had another shop a street over that closed. Been there forever. She closed. She wants to go travel the world. And then you asked me, what else should you bring into this store? And I said, bring in more cards. And that she did. She's got cards in new places spread out through her whole store. New cards, new energy. Now let me take this to the next level. She then says to me, she went through hell to get where she is right there at that location because of all the bull crap she had to go through with changing things over. And I go, so you mean to tell me you didn't look next door? She goes, oh no, I thought about it, but I just don't know if I want to go through that hell. And then I look at her, and what do I say to her? I look at her and I said, but when you were going through that was on the old Piscean time that was ending. That was on the old energy timeline that was leaving, that had a lot of chaos because it was leaving. So now you're on a new timeline. Things will be different if you so choose it to be. You get to make it what you want now. She goes, I've learned so much from these crystals. And I said, you take care of the crystals, they will take care of you. They are living beings in their solid forms from wherever they travel around the world to sit here in your space to await to be picked up, looked at, awed over, get so much attention, and then to finally be able to go home with somebody if the price is right. A lot of crystals that are here are waiting for their crystal keepers to come and pick them up, to help them in the new location, because they're going to activate those grids. They're going to activate those ley lines. They're going to be a part of the stargates. They're going to be a part of the portals that are opening. So everyone has an assignment. Your assignment was to pick a location, open up, bring them in, and just sit back and hold the space. Period. She goes, I've just learned so much from them. Just how they vibrate, and certain things I feel when I hold one is, she says, it's different than with the beads. The beads are small. You got parts of it, but when you hold an actual crystal and you hold it up and you're working with it, this is a sacred temple crystal. Then I got a bigger one in the bathroom. Okay, so I said, take care of the crystals, they'll take care of you. So now let's step into something here as we move into the 9 energy. Where's your magic? Where is it? Where's your magic? I want you to think about it. Where's your magic? I got a tickle in my throat. Excuse me. Where's your magic? What is your magic? What does it look like? Do you feel it? What does it look like? Is it the same or is it different? Does it feel different or does it feel the same? So, how many of you are willing to truly be your magical self? Or are you still someone who's hiding? Or are you someone who has stopped being your magical self and you shoved it all down? Where's your magic? When we say, where's your magic? What does it represent for yourself of who you are in your magic? Where is it? Is it getting upgraded? Are you finding yourself getting upgraded? Are you finding yourself thinking about something that's very magical that you want to be a part of, but you kind of don't want to do it because there's some kind of because behind it? A lot of people, women especially, lost their lives to the backlash, harmfulness of the Christianity way that came in and took so many women off the planet because of the natural ability to sync up, to receive messages, to provide healing, to caretake, to heal, to bring life into the world. Women are the most magical beings on the face of this earth. But yet, there's so many of us walking around trying to cater to the storyline of not being seen because of what the past has brought to us. What the past has brought fear, murdering energy towards us. And still till this day, in some countries, you still got low-minded beings, human beings running around punishing or getting rid of people who are magical beings by birthright. By birthright. So birthright magic is in your bones, is in your blood, is in your DNA. And it's coming online. And it's already online for a lot of you. Some of you probably tapped out, trying to fit into your little lifestyle. Don't want nobody to know that you can utter certain words to break apart tangled up jewelry, and it happens so naturally to unlock a door with uttered words. Using your divine Heka to speak it into fruition. Some of you have done this thing where you're trying to just fit into the lifestyle without rocking the boat. So, I see you got my name. What you doing with my name? What you doing? But see, I do you say yours Felicia or do you say Felicia? Because my mom calls me Felicia. with the same spelling. So welcome on in. Look at that. I got a dually in here. Ooh. So right now is very crucial to step into your magic of yourself. Speak to spirits. Yes. So the reason why I bring this up, and I called it the nines are coming, the nines are coming. The nines are coming. Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. Don't get me going on that one. Because some people, if they can't say Felicia, you should see some people crack me on how they, it's Felicia. Just say it. It's not going to hurt. Felicia. Felicia. It's the Spanish side. Felicia. So I'm looking at everything that's coming in. I'm looking at the timelines. Yes, Mona Lisa. Yes. And I'm looking at what energy is trying to whip up now with the Trumpsters. Okay, now remember, a week ahead, they were trying to put out there, oh, he's got something going on, he's not feeling well, he's not looking well. And now they're trying to say he's not around. Someone put it out there, he might be gone. But yet still, there was one of him playing golf. That's why I say Trumpsters. There's 4 of them. Okay, as long as the original is still alive, they can keep cloning. Remember that. Everything that they show you is what they want you to see. How they're trying to get your attention. What's their intention? To get your attention. Okay? Now, you're probably saying, oh, Felicia, what does that have to do with what we're talking about? How is that folding all in? I'm going to show you how it's going to fold in. Because it's all going to be interesting what they're getting ready to do. You got to understand how the magic is being played. And when you reject the energy of what's being presented, you do not sign up for it, and you don't consent to it. As long as we don't consent to their false ass storyline and what they're creating, they can't create it. They got to have someone to believe in the storyline so that it can become the storyline. You see how that plays? So if you believe in the storyline, your mind, your belief goes there and it becomes your reality or whatever it is. But if you reject it and say, oh, I reject that. It's the same thing. You go to a doctor's appointment and they sit there and say, well, your lab work doesn't look right. It looks like this. You got this going on and and you're this. And you just simply said, I reject that. You're not in control of this body. I am. I reject that. As soon as you reject it, you are already changing it. As soon as we reject a storyline, we're changing it because we don't care about their storyline. We want to see what's coming, but yet and still we want to be able to change it. And this is where the magic comes in. Exactly. So this is where everybody, especially for women, if you in a past life had something happen and you come in this lifetime and you're like, oh, I don't want to, we hide out in our Christianity first. A lot of us were brought up either Christian, Catholic, Baptist. There was always that to be in the way to control the masses. Mass. That's why they say, are you going to mass today? is to control the masses. But as soon as you stop okaying and you start listening, which is something they don't want you to do, is listen to yourself. Oh my God. God forbid, that's breaking the spirit law. Listen to yourself. It's the greatest gift you could ever give yourself, because then you build up trust in yourself. And then you actually become this beacon of light that is so magically divine within your own birthright, where you just literally stand there and you're like, no. Next. You start to just look and see things, and you're listening to words that people say that don't resonate. And then certain words that people say, I found this the other day. Somebody was talking and they were talking about all this. Oh, if you want to find out what, if you got a hex on you and all this stuff, you can come over and I'll scan you and find out and da 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 da. And the person will ask, how much does it cost? Oh, well, we can't tell you the cost till we scan you. I'm like, okay, look at that. Then I hear people saying, oh, people are not buying cards as much. They're not buying, tarot cards and oracle cards. A lot of stores are saying that sales are down by 30%. I said, did they level up? Or are they still buying from the same old accounts that they've had for over 5 to 6 to 10, 20 years? And they haven't leveled up yet. This, when we hit the 9, it's all about level up time. This is going to set everything in motion, and not to just make it even crazier, where you're going to want to be on valerian root and chamomile tea for the rest of the year. Throw a little bit of that lemon balm in there also. Rescue remedy on the side, yes. You're going to want to notice how everything's going to get amped up even more with the eclipse. It's going to be crazy. Deposit, but okay. Yeah. So get your pen and paper, because if you don't have the calendar, you're going to be lost in the sauce. All right? We're going to go through this, give you heads up what's coming. So just keep in mind with the Trump thing, that's a energy they're trying to activate to call it a prediction when it's not. Okay? They're just trying to run a storyline. Okay? So get pen and paper. Get your journals. If you are a part of the Be So Light tribe, you know how this rocks. Welcome on in. Like and subscribe. And if you're new here, I say it like it is. I don't candy coat nothing. And if you can't handle truth, you might want to click off of this page. I already got in trouble this week because I spoke too much truth. And I really just don't care anymore. I say it like it is. Oh, wow. Okay. So, if you completed the 10-day galactic wave portal work, which ended on August 26th. So right now, we're kind of coasting. Tomorrow's the 31st, the last day of August. Then we hit September 1st, which is the red tone dragon guided by universal waters. Okay, so now we're going into Portal of the Nine. Soon as we get to September 5th, okay, September 5th, That's the red solar serpent. That's guided by birth. Something's going to be birthed on that day. Okay? That's a birthing energy. It's also a portal day. Okay? That means it's going to be amplified. Then we drop down to September 7th, where we're getting the full moon, which is going to be a blood moon. Blood moons is when they do, where the dark beings do their heaviest rituals, stuff that's not good, people missing, that kind of crap. Be aware where you are. And please do not be taking your butt out in the middle of any wooded area at nighttime or late in the evening around this time. Stay where others are. Don't be venturing out into the woods, because they hope you do. The ones that live out there. All right? There's a reason why they call that movie The Hills Have Eyes. Or Wrong Turn. All right? There you go. Stay home, ground. So, September 7th is the total lunar eclipse. Now remember, this is the one the United States isn't going to feel. We already have our fill. Our lunar eclipse medicine, all of that stuff is still active. It lasts for 6 months. Sometimes longer. Okay? So now you have this coming in. This is going to be more in Asia area. I think it's going to be kind of like on the South America or Africa side, right in there. Okay. So the full moon is going to come in, that blood moon. Then right next to it, we have September 8th, which is a portal day. Pay attention what's getting ready to happen. Okay. So we have September the 8th, guided by universal fire. Okay, sacred fire is coming in. Because right after that is September the 9th. And it's going to be a Tuesday. That's going to be the red cosmic moon. Guided by space. And we already know that that weird looking thing is out there that everybody is trying to figure out. It's not a comic. It's not this. It's this. It's that. All of them trying to figure out, hey, Shay, trying to figure out what it is that's coming towards us. And it cracks me up how everybody is saying, oh, it's speeding through space at 140,000 miles an hour. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm so bored with all the narratives. Bullcrap down here is so boring. I literally walk around now saying, God, if you guys could just upgrade yourselves and get to the next stage, we could have this handled. Let's go. I don't care. I say it like it is now. I don't care. I don't. So, the red cosmic moon guided by space. Okay, there's your first 9. 9, 9, 9. 9 means endings, and it can mean beginnings. So what's getting ready to end? A cycle, a pattern, and what's going to begin. But the 9 is completion. Now, that 9, the power of a 9 brings ending to stuff. It can end old cycles. It can end negative energies. It can put old energy, beliefs, business, whatever. If you put a 9 on something, you put a 9 on a divorce paper, and you're trying to get a divorce from somebody because they're the devil. I use that term very lightly. But my ex-husband was like, the devil! I had to put a 9 on my divorce paper just to finalize to get divorced from him. because the energy of that soul contract, listen to how I'm saying it, had to put a 9 on it to get divorced from him. Because my other 2 papers, there was some kind of mishap. Something wasn't signed. It never made it to get signed off. And I'll never forget the day I went down there. My mother and I went to the courthouse to file those divorce papers. And my friend had just taught me about the power of the number 9. She said, put a number 9 on that paper and circle it. I put a number 9 on that thing and circled it. When the lady, the clerk, went to stamp it, literally, she didn't even look at her stamper. Boom, she hits it and it had a number, case number thing on it that had to go through. It literally said 2, 2, 9, 9, 9, 9. And I go, Mom, I got all you 9s in this number. She goes, it's done. It's over. Not only breaking that soul contract, that took some more time to break the soul contract with this individual, because I'm not coming back here to do that dance again. F you. You didn't get it right this time. You're on your own. This is where I draw the line. You were supposed to come through, get on the right side, and you chose not to. This is that magic I'm telling you about. This is that magic where you have to step into it to take care of business. You can't be all la-di-da with it. You got to kick ass. And that 9 is going to be kick-ass time. So we already got the first one. 999. Ouch. Some are going to be okay and some will not. Okay, so we got that. Then we have the 10th, the 11th, the 12th. And then we walk into 13 on a Saturday. That's a portal day. Stick around, keep that pen ready, because I'm going to set you up so you can get your medicine going. Because we're in ass kicking time. We ran out of bubble gum. It's ass kicking time. Okay, so September 13th. This is another galactic portal day. This is going to be guided by water. So emotions are going to be high. Flow is going to be high. Water. Okay? Red self-existing Skywalker. That's going to be the kin for that day. Okay. So now we're going to go 14th, 15th. We have another portal day on September 16th. Guided by the Elegance. This is Yellow Resonant Warrior. Okay, this one's going to be a loaded one because that 16 is going to make a 7 energy. So you got 979. What is ending in the creation of spirit pattern energies? What's ending? Okay, so that 16 is going to be a 7. Then you got Wednesday, September 17th, September 18th. There's your other 9. Now, don't get fooled, lovelies, just because it's an 18. I want you to really look at that. We got a 9-month. Now you got the 18. Okay, 1 is next to the 8. That's doing the abundance. That's doing as above, so below. But when you add it together, it comes to a 9. 9, 9, 9. There you go. Pay attention. This one is going to have the white solar mirror guided by timelessness. So things are going to feel like you're out of sync of time. Like you can't keep up with time. I couldn't believe it. We're back on the weekend again. I was like, damn, I was just getting to Tuesday. We're on Saturday already? I was sitting in bed. I said, it's already the weekend again. What happened? Okay. So now that's your second 999. Okay. Now we're going to move September 19th. If you have the galactic calendar, it's going to push us into the third one where we hit the electric moon of service. Pay attention. Activate, bond, and service. Okay. So now, here we go. September 20th. We're fine until we hit September 21st, where it is a partial solar eclipse on a new moon. And this one is the red crystal dragon, guided by space. So we got dragon energy that's coming in. Dragons are no joke. They are all about, you know what? I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to start getting rid of that. Oh, look. Can you see me in the clouds? Can you see my body? You see my wings? That's me. I'm a dragon. You're going to see all these elements of the dragons coming in. Okay? Not to mention that right on September 22nd is the equinox. Damn, are you following me? How this energy is going to get? Then we go into September 23rd, we're fine. Then we hit September 24th, guided by intelligence, another portal day. Okay, so we already got the eclipse hit. We got new moon, we got full moon. We got this energy hitting on us. Okay, we got all those four things. And now we got the equinox. Now we got another portal energy, galactic portal energy hitting us. Okay, that's acceleration on the 24th of September. As we kind of skate on through 25 and 26, and we're dancing on the 27. Another 9 energy. This one says, and this is the one that's the kicker. Blue overtone, hand, guided by vision. What is the vision that everyone is holding of their sole purpose and why they're here? What is the vision? What is it that you want to see? Or for some of you, what is it that you don't want to see anymore? And you're having a lot of eye problems because you don't want to see this anymore. You don't want to see that anymore. And every time you say that, it's messing with your eye vision. So what is the vision that you do want to see? So that's hitting on September 27th. Right after the September 27th, we have the 28th. We're fine until we hit September 29th. And that is another portal day. And here we are right back where we started, guided by birth. That's portal day. And then things will smooth out until we get to October 1st. October 1st, but October 2nd, we start another portal day. So here's the deal. Those 3, 999, 999, 999. Those are all 3 activated portals. You can create, you can release, create, release, create, release. Those 9s are going to govern what's getting ready to happen on this planet. It's creating that doorway, a greater shift. Now, here's where it gets tricky. We can shift ourselves up into that higher timeline of what we want to see as the true existence of ourselves, being that higher timeline, and anchor in. Or we stay in La La Land and stay on the lower timeline, and then the xenomorphs keep doing what they're doing. At this point in the game, under universal law, as the priestess that I am putting it out there that universal law needs to be served. Universal justice needs to be served 100% across the board. Time is up. Tick tock, tick tock. Gone. And it's time to make this jump. It's time to make this jump where we anchor so fucking hard the energy that we truly want to see, and we get it and anchor it. And the only way you're going to anchor is you got to hold yourself true to yourself. You got to stand in your light of who you are. You speak your truth. You stand in the magic of your divinity of who you are and your sovereignness, and you claim it. And you reject anything else that's lower. That's artificial. That is a story. That is inorganic. You reject it all and say it doesn't belong in your timeline or your world. You're an infinite being of multidimensionalness of self. You hold the highest frequency and you anchor it now. And you command it so. There is no more of this sitting around wondering how you're going to do things. Now it's just literally putting it out there and anchoring into it. And please, lovelies, pay attention to those who just want to get your money, have you believing that you have so many stuff going on with you, and, don't believe that. Yes, some of us have some generational hexes and curses that we have to clear. And the 999 portal will definitely help you with that. You get to call it forth. You get to speak it. You get to clear it. And through you owning it and seeing it for what it is, and you claiming it and clearing it, gives you all the power. You can't leave it in the hands of someone else to do it for you because, one, they're not you. And two, they really, really, truthfully cannot guarantee that they cleared you. You can see it and feel it. You know what it is. And in this time, when we hit that doorway, that's when you want to use this. That's when you want to clear this stuff. That's when you want to cut those ties and you're done. Because as we're dancing in between the eclipse energy, eclipse is really sneaky, don't you think? One minute you get to see something, then the next minute it just kind of fades in out, so you can't really see what you're looking at, But it's still there. So, these dates are really important. I would highly suggest, with all the lovelies, I really highly suggest that you get some good running shoes. Get those purple shoes ready and stand there and go, let's go. It's time to rock. Oh, I got goosebumps on that because this is going to be a dance to remember. I kid you not. If you think I'm kidding, people who are normal tribe members of Besolite, they know when I'm saying something, they see it coming in. Okay? So, right now, the moon that we're in for the galactic is that polarized, stabilized challenge. And as we start moving into September, we'll be getting into that electric moon service, activate, bond, and service. So here is some interesting things I want you to think about. Crown oil. Now, I already made my priestess oil. I made my conjure oil. I already stirred up my dragon oils. Yummy. And I just, when I'm mixing and a chanting and a stirring and a whistling, I like that. What do? So I'm inviting you to create this oil for yourself. Now. Don't get in a panic. If you don't have certain oils, divinely align yourself to come across the oils so that you can make this. The first one I want you to make is what they call the Crown of Success oil. Now, I like the Crown of Success oil when you make it and anoint top of the crown here, because this is going to be, all of this is going to be off and popping next month for sure. It's already popping now, but it's really going to hit that acceleration point next month, because what's going to be happening, some of you are going to be going through initiation. Some of you are going to be completing your initiations with divine source. And when I say that with divine source, I also mean that with your divine ancestors who are seeing you for who you are, and they really want you to step into who you are and not be trying to fit this freaking narrative on this planet. Those days are over. O-V-E-R, over. You know what I like about Sierra? I love her. I think she's just awesome. Especially when she was singing that song, Level Up, Level Up. It's that song is kind of like that song that just kind of makes you like, yeah, let me freaking level up. Okay. So your Crown Success oil is going to have sandalwood, neroli, orange, honeysuckle, and clove. These are all essential oils. Now, if you're going to go hardcore and you're going to try to just use the herb itself, it's going to be a while. But if you're going to get the oils and they've already been broken down for you, please do that. Okay? Be easy on yourself. Be gentle on yourself. And then you can add a little teeny bit of glitter, gold glitter to it. Just a little bit. Don't get crazy with it now. All right? Just a pinch. Okay, so that's going to be your Crown Oil of Success. Then the one that I want you to, there's another oil here that's all about attracting that love energy to you, attracting the abundance of that. And it's like the coffee oil, Kyphi oil. I say coffee. So this one has frankincense, myrrh, orange, lemon, cinnamon, and rose. That's a good one. Okay, I'm going to go back and do the crown again. Crown Success oil is going to have sandalwood, neroli, orange, honeysuckle, clove. Now, if you don't have clove oil, you can take a piece of clove, rub it between your fingers, Okay, if you really want to initiate it, you take the clove, put it in the back, bite down on it, let some of your saliva get on it, then take that out and then put it into your oil container. It has to be glass. Don't put your oils in no plastic bottle. Come on now. It has to go in glass. Okay. And then a pinch of glitter. So now you got all your oils. And use equal part. If you're going to do, say, like 6 drops of sandalwood, do another 6 drops of neroli. Do 6 drops of orange. Do 6 drops of honeysuckle. Do your clove, if you're going to do 6, that might be a little much because clove is very pungent and straightforward. It can overpower. So you might want to break that down into 3 drops. Or just use the clove itself and put it in there. Okay? So put a little bit of glitter. Now this, the crown of success, is so that you are successful in whatever it is that you're creating. You divinely align with success, a positive, higher outcome. Okay? An outcome. Hi, lovely. Where you at? Are you on there yet? Don't say anything. Just text me later. Okay. So now that coffee oil, that KYPHI oil, that's like an old, kind of like Egyptian oil. They use it sometimes when they mix it for Ayurvedic, and it smells so good. It's one of those oils that smells so good. Now, when you're making your oil and you want it to last a long time, use jojoba oil, okay? Because it doesn't go rancid and it'll still stay really good, okay? That jojoba oil works really good. Okay, cool. All right. But if you're going to use olive oil, just know it can get a little bit, and grapeseed, and then all the other oils is going to be like, okay. So KYPHI. Okay, KYPHI. Copy. I say copy. Okay. Oil. Now this one has frankincense, myrrh, orange, lemon, cinnamon, and rose. Okay. This is all about attracting abundance, love, flowing energy. This is all about that. Now imagine wearing a dab of crown and that kafi on the back of the neck, and then at the heart space. Okay. And then I like to kind of a little bit right there on the thighs. So as you're walking, I remember one day I just finished doing some really good oiling work, and my whole body was just lit up with all this oils, and I had my dress on, and it was a hot day, and I was just walking to go into the gas station, and this guy pulled up on a motorcycle, and he took his helmet off, and as I walked past him, there's, when you're a woman, the element of air passes by, and that went past him as he did this, and he goes, "You smell good." And I go, "Thank you, darling." Walked on in. And be like, "Thank you, darling." Have some fun. Now, when you're mixing, okay, when you're mixing your oils, lovely, I want you to be in that space of feeling good when you're making it. You see what the oil's going to do. You feel how the oil's going to feel. You're cherishing how you're making it. Okay? I want you to be really connected with that. That's a part of your magic. Okay? That's part of your magic. Get yourself in that mood. Light a candle. Smudge your space. Get yourself set up. Make sure you got some music on that feels good or not, if you don't want to have it. Make sure you're not going to be disturbed by any California people going off, losing their mind because the sun's tapping their asses out. Anyway, so just get yourself set up. I meant that. And put that oil together for yourself. And then make sure that you let it sit. Kind of do this a little bit. And then I want you to take it and I want you to hold it. And then hold it at your heart. Okay? And then the final part, you take the lid off and you speak into it what you want it to represent and what you want it to do. And then you end it with, so it is, so it shall be. Sweet for me. Put the lid on it. So it is, so it shall be, sweet for me. Okay? So, let me see if I want to give you a... Yeah, I've been in this writing things. I don't write like in a normal up and down in a journal. I write sideways. Like that. I don't know. I just didn't feel like. And I write in cursive. That's magical. Gee, I wonder why they took away cursive in the schools. Does anybody know why they took that away? Gee, wow. Just imagine you writing in cursive. Nobody can read your stuff now. Nobody can read it. The young one, I show something in cursive. She can't read it. I can't read that. That's it. What do you mean can't read it? Can't read that. Yeah. Okay, let me look and see. I thought I had my Hotep oil. Oh, yeah. I do have Hotep. Okay, here's one. If you want to use, I'm going to give you a purification oil. And then Hotep. Okay, Hotep. H-E-T-E-P. H-E-T-E-P. Now, sometimes they spell it H-O-T-O-P. But this one's spelled H-E-T-E-P. This one will have myrrh, allspice oil, and cinnamon. So let me tell you what the allspice, okay? So the allspice, if you don't have the allspice oil, get the allspice herb and take that and roll it between your fingers to kind of break it down. Pinch it a little to kind of get it, because it's going to be kind of like a hard herb itself. Just kind of get it, roll it, initiate it, and then put that inside your bottle with your carrier oil as you add your other oils in. And notice how I'm not telling you how many drops to put and da-da-da-da. I want you to create this on your own. I don't want you to be bound by, you're going to put this amount, you're going to put that amount. Because it's going to be different for everyone. I want you to put in exactly what you feel called to. Okay? Create this for yourself. And here is your purification oil. This one's easy. A simple priestess purification oil. It's just going to be frankincense and myrrh. That's it. Those two put together. Now, if you want to bump it up a little more, you can put a little bit of rose in it and patchouli. Okay? That's kind of bump it up more. But if you want to just leave it at a purifying one, you can leave it at that. If you want to make it even deeper, you can add some cedar and sage to it. Okay? It's not going to smell all pretty, but it's a purification oil. And I'm going to give you this last one. Notice how I'm getting you all set up for what's to come. Anyway, But you got this, right? You got this? Good. Okay. Sacred Heart Oil. You can have rose, lemon, and I would actually put a pinch of clove, just a little bit of clove. Or you can use geranium, okay? If you're not going to use clove, you can use geranium and put that geranium in there. So that's for the Sacred Heart oil. Rose, lemon, geranium, or clove. You pick. Okay? So these oils are something that you can work with as you're moving in. Now let's talk about crystals. That would be very good for you to work with when we get into this 9 energy. Staying grounded, wearing garnet, working with garnet. I love garnet. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So you can work with that beautiful garnet. Okay, this is really good and just really kind of keeping you grounded, helping with the flow of the chi that runs through your body. Garnet works so good for women. That's our woman stone, garnet. Red, life force energy. Okay, this garnet. You got that kind of like you've been stressing a lot. I have another one I was working with yesterday. I just had to hold on to it because I was about ready to send somebody to the freaking moon. Some people just gotta keep pushing that button. Boy, that person pushed that button, that dragon energy inside me rose up, and that person just went, yeah, scared the mess out of them. Green opal. I just reach a point now, don't push that button unless you want to, meet what I try to keep under. Okay? All of us have it. Every single one of you have that. You know, the one that you have to keep under because if somebody pushes that button too much and it comes out, shit starts breaking, people come a missing. Because that energy is just too much. You could put people in a hospital because your energy is too much. Yeah. We kind of keep a little lid on that. So your green opal, good for calming. Okay. And this is the Caribbean calcite. Caribbean calcite. Really soothing. It has a very nice watery feeling. Okay. All right, lovely. So I gave you that. And I'm still kind of hanging on if I want to do the vow of breaking. Because the vow of breaking is one, if you're in a place and you want to awaken yourself, the vow of breaking is a deep one. But I'm going to sit with that. Spirit hasn't told me yet. But wake up, come home. Remember, in your bones, you belong to the light. So, wake up, come home. Remember, in your bones, you belong to the light. And that came from the recent video that Rising Phoenix Aurora did on her channel with Avalon. And she played this beautiful song, Wake Up, Come Home, Remember in Your Bones, You Belong to the Light. Beautiful song. She was singing with it. The lady who wrote it, I can't remember who the lady was that wrote the song, but she had it on her video. Shout out to Rising Phoenix Aurora. But I just wanted to share that, get those crystals in. for yourself in a regular quartz crystal, or a sacred temple crystal is a good one to work with. Now, sacred temple crystal is going to be 5-sided. Okay, that's how you'll know. And then if you have on the front, which one, it'll have an Isis marking where it's also 5-sided. That's a good one to have too, because then that's called the Isis temple crystal, or the Isis quartz crystal. But your sacred temple crystals have this nice kind of reddish tone to it, just a little bit, not a lot, and it's 5-sided. Okay, using that for that change. All right, and also if you're still wanting to find some good deals on some crystals, like I said earlier, you can go to sagegoddess.com and go on there. She's still offering the magic 75% off coupon. I wouldn't play around. I don't know how much longer she's going to have that, but go on to the site. They got things organized. They're getting caught up in their packaging. She did state that yesterday. And you can get yourself some nice piece of labby. I'm a labradorite. Man, can't help myself. All right, let's take a look at today. We're going to look a little bit at the astro. And we're going to do a little bit of goth. Also, I channeled Starglyph came in. And this is what it is. Go ahead, take a deep breath and take that in. Yeah, when they come in, I just draw it, what I'm seeing. All right, just breathe that in. It's a pretty good one. I like it. It makes me feel wee. All right, let's take a look at the Goth Oracle and see what's being said. Now, the Goth Oracle by Anne Stokes also put out the World of Dragon Oracle also. Okay, so the Goth one by Anne Stokes, as well as the artwork by Anne Stokes here. These are pretty rad. And that's the only reason why I really kind of got them. Because they are just nice. Okay, let's go into that place and find that hidden info. What we gotta look at. So I hope this message, put a like on the video so it will get out there and others will be in the know. Okay, be in the know. Don't be falling for all that shenanigans of what they're doing. Remember, they show you what they want. Another good movie, if you ever want to take the time, go look up the movie Looker. That's an old movie, but I want you to look it up and go watch it. Hard to find because they don't want you to look at that, okay? But it's a good movie, and it really does give you what and how they've been doing things, and how they sit back and they laugh at us because they've been doing it for so long. And in that movie, they are actually showing you the technology of what they've been doing. Well, you'd be wondering why you lost time, or why all of a sudden, wow, I lost a whole 2 hours. What happened? Looker. Now, we do have situations going on the planet where people are acting out, doing crazy stuff. It's energy like jumping from person to person. That's the movie Shocker. Shocker is that movie that shows you how a lower form human being, when he's taken off the planet, and how he moves his energy through the electrical current, and how he can jump from person to person and influence them. How he is an electrical current archon. Boom, the movie called Shocker. Okay, you want to learn about that? Watch that movie. But if you just want to get caught up in today's stuff and you really just kind of want to really kind of see it, Total Recall, the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then the movies The Sixth Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger, that'll clear everything up for you. You'll get caught up 100% what the hell's going on. There you go. Now I got you all caught up. Just sit and watch it, look at it, decode it, and you'll catch up to what's going on. Okay, I think I got everybody. All right, so the Goth brings in enchantment. So how are we feeling enchanted? Enchantment. Now, when you work with the Goth cards, it has a book. It says enchantment, but it comes back with a different meaning. Thanks for joining me here today. And guess what this card really means? This is about commitment. This is about commitment. What are you being committed to? Something or someone? Are you in or are you out? What are you being committed to? This is all about commitment. Okay? The dragon that's going to dance with this commitment is going to be Ladan. This is the serpent, and it looks like it's with the apples. So let's see what this one is saying. This one feels like it's about the knowledge and wisdom. The serpent, which is where knowledge is coming from. The guardian, oh, wait. This is in the movie Assassin's Creed. This is in the movie Assassin's Creed. The golden apple. And the golden apple is what they're chasing and trying to locate in the past timelines when he has to go back through his ancestral timeline to locate the golden apple. This is that. So the guardian of the golden apple and the guardian of, I can't say that word. That's a big long word. But Hera had a lot to say about it because it's the spirit of the sky and the constellation of the Draco, which is associated with the serpent. Okay, so this is going to be bringing in that energy, the keeper of the flock, who is responsible for safety of the group or the gathering place. The seeker may inspire to become the guardian. That's funny, the guardian. I just saw that old movie called The Guardian on Pluto. And that was, I was trying to figure it out, and then finally it kind of snapped, and I said, oh yeah, this lady, she was a part of the tree, and she was being a nanny and was always going in checking on the babies. Oh yeah, the guardian. That's a good one too. All right, so let's see what the ancestor says. We have Mother of Air, who wants us to talk about and keeping our boundaries. Hi, lovely. Keeping our boundaries. She's all about boundaries. She's got that 35. So in that, waiting for, where's my card? The boundaries. So in the boundaries, we have the Queen of Swords. And the affirmation for this is going to be, I speak with clarity. I speak with clarity. Oh, what deck is this? So the Secrets of the Ancestors. It's the part 2 where she already made the goddess one. And I like how she put it in here. Whether or not you knew your ancestors, they know you, and spirit was our first ancestor. Love that in the inside of the box, how she said that. So yeah, when I pull these cards, this is all about the ancestors and getting that clarity. Okay, now the star codes. We have Cancer, which is immerse. Got Cancer energy. And then we have part 2 again, 16, which is solar calm. And it's that clarity. Getting that clarity. So everyone, get really clear on what you want to use that 9-month for. Okay, you only got tomorrow. Start getting your thoughts together. Are you going through an issue? Is there still something hanging heavy on you? You still need to kind of break that stuff up. This is going to be your moment. But I want you to stay aware of something. Don't get caught up in storylines that are going to be spinning in the third dimensional world. I want you to start looking at it like that. When you start seeing stuff, if you're watching, I haven't watched the news in when. I only go by what comes up on my feed, on my YouTube, or on my, if it comes up on the front page of Google or something. I even eyeball that one with a little bit of, I don't know about all of you, but I am so sick and tired. Every time I look up, something's on the flipping recall. How many of you are sick and tired of seeing that? Are you seeing that? Or am I the only one seeing stuff that's being recalled like every single day? And the last week, just to see a recall on hand soap, I was like, what the hell? But a lot of times I have to sit back and say, okay, let me put that through gematria and see what the number is that comes up with that. Because a lot of times they're talking in code. Okay. So this concludes our message today of what I want you to step into and be aware of. I gave you that info. Go make your oils. Get your oils ready for yourself so that you have them and you can utilize them when you're going out. And then, like I said before, if there's crystals that are pulling on you and you need to get that, ask that crystal if it wants to work with you. And if it does, you can always, now I've done this so many times, I always tell the crystal, look, I don't have like a lot of money to cover, especially if it's like a really crazy expensive one. I said, you're going to have to find a way to come home with me. You're going to have to clear it away. You want to come home with me? I'll be the keeper for you. I'll caretake you. But you got to find a way to come home. I'm not going to, no. That crystal will find a way to come home with you. Something crazy will happen. If it don't happen that day, give it 24 hours. Give it maybe 3 days. I like working with the 3 days. And go back and see what happens. You might walk in, it'd probably be on sale. Or you might walk in, somebody will be in there and they see you eyeballing it and say, you really like that crystal? You go, yeah. Why you like it? I don't know, I just feel drawn to it. I keep looking at it. And then they turn around and put money down on it and give it to you. I've had crystals come home with me like that. Didn't pay full price for them. Okay? And then you always find those one crystals that are marked wrong. Are they really marked wrong, or were they just waiting for you? Or did they just kind of shift and change the price themselves? I told a bottle perfume to come to me once, and it did. I found it on eBay looking for something else. Yes, exactly. So let me wrap this all up. I want each and every one of you to stand in the magic of yourself and really claim it. Stop playing little. Stop playing, oh, anybody know I'm magical. No, I don't want to hear that. Just really step into yourself and own it. Because so many of us, for whatever reason, family, religion beliefs and bring-ups, even marriages, especially in marriages, you will discount your marriage just so that the spouse can feel comfortable with you. Because if they feel uneasy around a woman that has power, they can't handle that. They don't want you showing up with all your glory of your power. They can't handle that. And as a matter of fact, a man should be able to honor a woman in her full glory of who she is in her magic, not being afraid of her. He should be honoring her, kissing her hands, and loving her for the fact that she's brave enough to step into who she really is and support that. Not the opposite. Don't want you to be in your power because you're showing them up and they don't feel comfortable with you having that magic, doing things like that. It freaks them out. Really? I can't. Men like that, I'd be like, why are you afraid of it in the first place? You had to come through the portal that was full of magic. It took 9 months for you to even make up your mind to come out of that. Hello? Anyway, I'm going to behave myself because I haven't had lunch yet. So I'm going to go ahead and just love all of you and have a wonderful day. I really have got to go. Yeah, go eat something. Because if I don't, I'll be on the news by 6:30. And God only knows what that could be. So remember what I said. Hop on over to Sage Goddess if you want to get some of that good stuff. 720. Yeah, I know. I could have been a special bulletin report. Everyone, be good to yourself. Thank you so much for joining me here on Be So Light. I hope I gave you something to make you think about your light and stand true in your light. Be so light. Like and subscribe. Much love. Bye.